Look, I'm back. This is part two about this guy dogging black folks. I think he's Spanish though, his last name. But all I'm gonna say is I went through it myself. And what I'm talking about is I've had my own people dog me as far as name calling and I got in fights because I'm light skinned and they calling me out my name, white boy this, white boy that, because I'm light skinned. Yeah, I went through it. I had to knock some motherfuckers out, for real. And stayed in fights because of my complexion. I had hair then and I was looking really nice. Look better than I look now, I guess, because I was younger. But I went through it. White boys calling me the N-word, then the black people calling me white boy and all these other names because they was jealous of me and didn't have no reason to be because I ain't do nothing to nobody in the first place. I was just going to school, minding my business with my friends, and you're going to have bullies in schools. I don't care where you go, college, wherever, junior high, regular school, elementary. When I started taking up martial arts and judo and all that shit, jujitsu and all them other martial arts I know, they got fucked up. Because I don't telegraph shit. I'm going to do it. I already got a set place I'm going to hit you, and I'm quick as fuck, especially when I'm mad. You will not see it coming. You think you will. You won't. I ain't saying I'm Bruce Lee, but I am saying I'm quick as fuck. And, I done had big girls want to fight me. You know what I'm saying? Over shit that wasn't even my fault. They get in a fight with my best friend, one of my best friends in school that I grew up with. Beat him up. So she got a little cocky after that. Talking about what she gonna do to me, because I'm his friend. I did you like your friend. I said, bitch, you ain't gonna do shit. So we back and forth with the verbal. And next thing you know, a few days later, it was all over the high schools, all over the high school, and she had the big head, swell head. And I told her point blank to her face, she was about 6 foot, 5'8", 5'9", around in there, thick, light skin like me. But the problem is, for her, I told her she ain't gonna do that to me, and she didn't. I'm walking down the hall one day, because she used to hang down in the hallway by the restrooms. And it was on the second or third floor. I think it was on the second floor. So I'm walking down the hallway, I'm buffed. I'm big. I was way big back then than I am now. But when you're lighter, you're quicker. Especially if you toned and everything. There's some big guys that are quick too. I ain't taking nothing away from them. Look at Tyson. He ain't no skinny guy. Small guy. He's short in stature, but he got power. Never underestimate a smaller man or a smaller woman, because you never know what the fuck gonna happen to your ass. Especially if you don't know him. You trying to get a reputation, showing off in front of your friends, whomever else. Don't go home with your tail up your ass when you get knocked the fuck out or beat the fuck up or broke the fuck up, because it'll happen, and I've seen it happen, and I've done it myself. I ain't gonna stand there and do all that rah-rah shit, arguing with you and all that. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm looking for a shot. Once I find where I'm gonna hit you at, or whatever I'm gonna do to you, it's gonna happen. As soon as you step in my world, step in my space, it's on. I don't give a fuck what you say you gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take you out quick. And I can wrestle. And I can grapple. And I know where to hit your motherfucking ass. And I'm gonna hit you so swift and quick and hard, you gonna think you was dreaming. I'm serious. I ain't on here just bragging. I'm telling you. God damn it, I'm telling you. But anyway, she's standing down there by the restrooms, and I'm walking down to her where she was standing, because I was going to go to the restroom. So she's standing there staring me down, looking me down, you know, sizing me up, thinking she gonna do me like she did my boy. She started running her mouth saying shit, you know, what the fuck you looking at, blah, blah, and all this shit. I said, bitch, what the fuck you looking at? You ain't gonna do shit. Oh, I'll beat your ass like I did your friend. I said, really? I said, I'm right here. Do it. Do it. I took my glasses off, put them on the floor, slid them over to the wall. I said, I'm right here. Let's go. So she hesitated because she knew I wasn't that motherfucker. You get vibes from motherfuckers. When you fuck with them, you either gonna get that scared shit from them, or you gonna get some shit that you better watch your ass out, because you might get fucked up. That kind of vibe. And that's what she got from me. And she saw how swelled I was and big and shit, but I was still fast, because I always worked out every day, whether I was in school or not. So she gonna walk up on me, approach me, but she was walking with caution, because she didn't know what I was gonna do to her. So she got in my space, and she tried to grab me or something. All I remember is because I blacked out, because I was mad. Because for two reasons I was mad. She beat my friend up, and then she gonna try to do the same shit to me, and that wasn't gonna happen. So my adrenaline was kicking. I was so fucking mad. Ooh. Anyway, she came at me, tried to grab me. I ducked her. We was grappling and all that shit. We didn't go to the ground yet. But, you know, we was shoving each other around. And I waited for the right moment. As soon as we got done grappling, I walked up. No, I didn't walk up. I slid up. Pow! 2-punch combination. Dropped her big ass on the fucking floor in high school. Beat the fuck out of her ass. I could have killed her, but I said, nah. I ain't got that in my heart to do that to her. But she wasn't. I had to give her an example of what could have happened. You know, some people get attitude and, you know, oh, you fight, you beat up girls. Nah, it wasn't about that. It's about she trying to fight me. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say, regardless, whether she's a woman or not. If you come at me with some aggression like you gonna fuck me up, I don't think so. You better go get your brothers, your uncles, and your boyfriend, your motherfucking boyfriend friends. Because I'm going to have some shit too. You ain't going to walk around and get no rep off of me for something I ain't do just because you beat up my friend, so you figure you're going to do me like that. Yeah, okay. So anyway, I dropped her big ass. She ain't even see it coming. I was so fast because I was mad. My adrenaline was kicking. And I wanted to beat her ass. I wanted to knock that bitch somewhere. And I did. I hit her so quick, she dropped quickly. Like Tyson would knock a motherfucker out. Drop. Pow! After that, the fight was over. So you want some more? You want some more, bitch? You want some more? You know, she ain't say shit, and she backed off. I left. You know what I'm saying? I got expelled for about a week. I ain't give a fuck, because I didn't start the shit. And I told him in the principal's office. And I told him, I said, I didn't start it. She beat up my friend. And then I was going to the restroom up on the second floor. She was down there in the hallway because that's where a little hangout was. And she thought because she was bigger than me, you know what I'm saying, she's going to do me like she did my friend. And I said, that shit wasn't going to happen. And it didn't. And I made sure it didn't. Because I ain't going to stand there and argue with nobody. I already got a shot where I'm going to hit somebody or whatever else I'm going to do. So if I catch you slipping, and I will, you're going to be hurting really bad. Or you're going to get knocked out or might damn near kill your ass. And I ain't trying to do that. But if you trying to hurt somebody that I love, that I'm with, or trying to do me like that, well, you better pray to God in heaven that I don't kill you. You know? Seriously. Because I ain't going out like that. I ain't going to be no statistic for nobody if I can help it. But anyway, so that's what I told them in the principal's office. They said, we're going to have to spill you for, I think it was a week. Yeah, a week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. I think it was a week, though. But the weirdest shit happened after that. I went on about my business. You know, I took the suspension. I still worked out every day. I still did what I did, even if I was in school. You know, I went to see my friend, you know, after she got into it with old girl. He was cool and all that shit. And he heard about what happened to me. We talked about it and this and that, and, you know, blah, blah. But I came back to school. Everybody running up to me like I'm a celebrity or some shit. And I'm pretty much a quiet person. I'm a laid-back person. I don't like a bunch of people around me. I don't like crowds and all that shit. Because that's where shit always jumps the fuck off all the time. So, anyway, all my friends from school was running up to me, the girls, the guys, you know, what happened, you know, all that, want to know everything. I told them, just like I'm telling you. You know, she said she's going to, you know, beat me up like she did my friend. And I said she wasn't going to do that. And I told her, come and do it. And she underestimated me. That's one thing. Don't underestimate me. Don't. Because I ain't going to underestimate you. But if you step in my space, oh, this is the place. Because I'm going to hit you dead in your face. Hard. And I know where to hit you. Or anywhere else on your body. See? And then, you know, it was, you know, the fight was all over the school for at least a good month. Everybody was going to lunchroom, everybody buying me lunch and all this shit, want to sit at the table with me, you know, when I never really had nobody sitting at the table but me and my boy. You know, we sitting there, you know, on break from classes. We, you know, just eating our lunch and everything. But now, he's back in school. I'm back in school. We sitting together now, about 20, 30 motherfuckers, girls and guys, want to sit at our table because of what happened to old girl. Old girl come in the lunchroom. She looked, but she peeped and all that shit, but she ain't make no moves to come over there or she would have got it again. Worse than that. So, it took about a month for all that to die down. And I don't know how this shit happened, but somehow the word got back to me that she wanted to talk to me. I'm like, what? She wanted to talk to me? For what? Because one of her friends said that she liked me. And I'm thinking to myself, why she like me? I ain't never had no woman that I got into it with, and I don't never get in fights with women. But I did with that one. She's the only one that I got into it with my whole entire life. And she thought because of her size, she was going to just beat up every guy that's under her height. She got the wrong one that day. This crazy girl wanted to start liking me, had a crush on me, gave me her phone number. I called her. You know, I didn't call her right away. I called her about a couple weeks, 3 weeks, almost a month later. Then she wanted to talk. Then we get close on the phone, laugh a little bit, and joke and all that stuff. Then she wanted me to come over and see her. Yeah, like I'm a damn fool. I know you ain't got some fellas over there waiting. See? That's what you gotta watch when you whoop somebody's ass. And how you know they ain't got no weapons? Or whatever. I said, nah, I can't make it. She kept asking. A lot. And I said, well, I'm busy. I can't do it. And eventually, we talked for about maybe 6 months, almost a year. I wanted to, but I said, no, she ain't going to set me up. That ain't going to happen. So I never went over there. We stopped talking. I quit calling her. She quit calling me. And that was it. I ain't no sucker like that. I don't want no sex that bad where after I'll get in a fight with somebody and then she begged me to come over afterwards. Nah. Nope. Because I knew it was a setup coming because one of my other friends was telling me, don't do it. Because she going to try to set you up and have some guys over there. She going to, want to make love to you and this and that. And then you take all your clothes off. And then she going to have some guys waiting in the closet or hiding under somewhere and come out and jump on you. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, kill you or something. I said, I already know. He just confirmed what I was thinking in the first place. I ain't that gullible. And I'm very intelligent. So don't ever underestimate none of that shit with me. Because I see right through it. I grew up in church, so I got the Holy Spirit. I got wisdom from above. Yeah, I'm cussing right now. Because while I'm thinking about it and telling this story, I'm getting angry because of what I went through when I saw my friend get hurt like that. And I don't like to think about it because it just raises my blood pressure. But anyway, that was the end of that. And I left her alone. She faded out of my life, and I faded out of hers. And she got that ass whooped. She ain't gonna never forget it to this day. And it's been over 10, 15, 20 years. You ain't gonna forget no shit like that. Not from no little motherfucker like me. Anyway, yeah, I'm out of here. But that's my story. And like I said, I got in fights with people strictly over my complexion. Or the girls like me. I was getting into it with the darker brothers. And they supposed to be my people. But you got people like that that'll do that to you. Jealous. Because you light-skinned and all the girls like you. But there's nice-looking, dark-skinned black men. Chocolate that. Shit. They look good. I'm serious. They all, in good shape. Smooth skin. Shiny. When they smile, got the perfect Pepsodent smile. Yeah. Yep. So I ain't got nothing against dark black folks. Except for the ones that got something against me. But even if they got something against me, I just move on. I'm like, well, whatever. That's their problem, not mine. Now, when you walk in my space, it's going to be your problem. No, it's going to be my problem. and your problem. So, yeah. Yep. I got daughters too now. Don't let me hear about none of them getting hurt. If I find they won't tell me, I already know they ain't gonna tell me. Because they know. Ain't gonna be no, let's work it out, Dad, let's talk. And then fuck a damn talk and fuck a workout. No. I want to know why it happened and who did it. And even if you were in the wrong, they shouldn't have been doing it in the first place. So that's where I come in. And I ain't going to be standing there talking and all that shit. I'm looking for a shot, and I'm going to get it. Because they ain't expect me to do nothing. Especially now because I'm older. What's that mean? You still can get fucked up. Out of here.